A great Tuesday evening here on the last day of March, March 31st. I'm actually going to be checking out one from out of Michigan. And you guys know how we do. Going to take like probably the first 5-10 minutes or so, drink some about the beer, talk about the beer, drink some of the beer, share with you guys, and then maybe a little live chat afterwards. But this is the Neapolitan, the ghost of Neapolitan White Stout from Saugatuck Brewing out of Michigan. Really looking forward to checking this one out. And I did have it before, but it was a while ago. And this was the one I wanted to do a review on. This was actually part of the 3-pack pickup. I've never seen this one sold individually. Not going to say it's not out there, but I've never seen it. And in the 3-pack, you get the base version, you get the white stout version, and you get the imperial version. So I will have a review coming out on the imperial. I've done the base, I think, a couple years ago or so. You can see that here on the channel. Shout out to Vanessa. Shout out to Eric. Good to see you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great evening. Shout out to Miscellaneous. What is going on? And hopefully you guys are having a great Tuesday night as we head into the midweek of whatever week it is under the coronavirus stuff right now. So Saugatuck Brewing, as mentioned, out of Michigan. They are a craft brewery. Give you the little independent label there on the can as well, so you can see that there. They rock that out as being an independent brewery. And I like seeing those supporting the local small business, especially in a time like this. They definitely need support. 6% ABV white stout version. So the other versions are your typical stouts. A drinking experience unlike any other. The Ghost of Neapolitan has all the flavors of the iconic Neapolitan milk stout, but with the new twist. The beer drinks like a stout from mouthful of flavor, but you'll be surprised when you open your eyes to find a copper-colored ale. You will taste the rich chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry in the fascinating white stout. And I would tell you their base version does very well on hitting on everything you kind of remember about that little ice cream bar from back in the day, or maybe you still enjoy them now. The vanilla, the chocolate, the strawberry, all those things were there. This should also come through nicely here as well. Give you a canned on date on the bottom, which is always good. So applause to them for providing that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one into a glass. Before I do, when I got this one, I got a product instead of a 3-pack. Actually, it was 3 versions. They gave you 2 of these, one of the imperial, one of the base, and then they gave you this nice little glass too. So that's a pretty decent glass from Saugatuck. I think all 4 were like $19 or something, so not bad on the price. Not going to actually use this glass though because I forgot to wash it. So it is dirty right now. I have to clean it before I use it, but I will use it for the imperial review. Vanessa said messing with my logo, but Inkscape program switched around the settings, or I did accidentally. I reinstalled it. That always sucks when you have to go back out and go back to the default or reinstall something. I kind of been there before, so I know what you're saying. And go ahead and crack this baby open from the can here. Oh yeah, nothing like cracking that first open beer in the evening. Get a little pour going. Yeah, you get that copper color ale of a white stout. And this is the 16-ounce can. Then we'll hit it there so we get a nice head on it. Open up the aromas. Get some of that flavor rocking right to the rim. And that's how, my friends, you want to pour a beer. Right to the rim. You get a good head. Get the nice color of the beer. That's how you do it, son. Yeah. I used to bartend back in the day. I did used to bartend back in the day. I mean, how hard is it to pour a beer, though? Watch Bar Rescue. You see a lot of people that can't pour a beer. But I am digging the color of it. Nice aroma. Initially, what I'm picking up is strawberry on the nose. Get some of that vanilla in there. Oh, it smells such like a dessert beer, which it really is. Get it a little agitated. Get the aromas rocking. You're going to take a pretty decent whiff on this one. But no doubt you are definitely picking up those notes that you would expect taste-wise. pretty good. Pretty good. I must say, I do like it. Taste wise, initially, I'm getting more of the strawberry and vanilla right now. It has a nice crisp feel to it. Went down really easy, a nice smoothness. Feel a little of the flavor lingering in the mouth area, kind of in the cheeks nicely. Get a little bit on the tongue, medium body, well carbonated. The chocolate is a little more faint than I would say versus the base version. It's more the strawberry vanilla coming out than that. But maybe as it warms, we get a little bit more. Definitely feel the carbonation in the throat. A nice good chug there. I'm getting a nice feel of the strawberry again. Leaving a nice amount of flavor on the lips. And big shout out to Bums that I bought the same pack about 6 weeks ago. Saugatuck's variety packs often include coasters or some other freebies. Yeah, this one came with the glass. I don't know if you saw it, Bum, but here's the glass that came with this one as well. So you got two of the white stout versions, one of the base and one of the imperial that I'll be doing at a later point here. All four plus the glass, it was like $19, so it wasn't bad at all. Eric says, love a solid glass collection. I do as well. You can't see it as much now over my shoulder back there. It's all my glass racks up on the bookcase. Got like 5 different levels of glasses there. So, and I got some more on the way even. Mason jars are solid, Eric Vanessa said, which I do have mason jars downstairs too. Yeah, it does look quite pretty. It was a nice looking one there. Got a little bit of a haziness there on the copper color of the beer, but very solid. Tunis is in the house. Welcome, Tunis. I got here just in time to hear in the mouth area. Well, it's all about timing, Tunis. You know that. Blake's in the house. Oh, snap. Rod is live. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, my friend. And Tunis says, cheers, El Champion. Don't get Blake started there. He says, cheers with Tunis. This one versus the base version, I'm going to say I like the base version more than I like this one. The base really had more of a presence, and obviously you're dealing with the different malts, you're dealing with the darker malts, so it's easier to get the chocolate out of that one than probably what they're dealing with here. But that one had more of a chocolate presence, and it had the vanilla and the strawberry still coming through. This one is very more vanilla and strawberry forward, not getting the chocolate as much as I would like to get. That being said, it still has a nice feel, kind of reminiscent of a Neapolitan ice cream bar. That vanilla and strawberry stands up well. And overall, it's pretty decent. So, maybe that's why they gave you 2 of these in the pack, to give you a second chance to actually check it out. But if you ever get a chance to try Saugatuck Brewing out of Michigan, I would definitely recommend them. They make some good beers, so always like checking out the stuff they do. They have a couple other ones I haven't tried yet. I think they're the ones that maybe do the blueberry pancake or something type beer, like blueberry maple syrup or something they do. But they get to experiment with some of their stuff. Let me see here. Let me slide up some of the comments. Tuna says, this is like a whole new world for me. I can only describe how good beer was the next morning. Hopefully it's not why it's coming out or something. Oh, Blake's have been so bored during the virus crap. I found my regular Nintendo I had when I was 4 years old. Wow. Did you end up playing some games off of it? Found my 52 game collection. Found the adapters. Vanessa says, I know of a company in Vermont that makes soapstone mugs. I might buy 4 of the larger ones, keep them in the freezer. I've never seen a soapstone mug. Tuna said, I got an N95 condom and renewed Pornhub. Always be safe. Plugged it up and it didn't work. Oh, that sucks. Got you motivated for some old school Nintendo and then it didn't work. You might be able to still get some money off of it for a novelty item. A lot of people collect those. Some people actually fix them, so maybe you can get it fixed. What's up, Todd? Todd says, cheers all. What is going on, my friend? Happy Tuesday to you. I don't know if you've had, I know you've had, I think, the base version, Todd, but I was just going through the white stout version of the Neapolitan milk stout here. Come on, camera. There we go, kind of. Yeah, with this one, it struggles with some of the white backed things on the camera, but it's out of Saugatuck, out of Michigan, up where Eric is, of course. But it's a ghost of the white stout. Let me see. Let's say Cool Blake once had the Atari 2600 with virtually every game out. Yeah, back in the day, I did have the 2600 as well with a lot of the games. The original, before they revived with something else. They changed it up after a point, and you got like a different controller, which was really weird. But I had the old joystick and one button, jammy. Todd says, hey, Blake. And what other brewery is brave enough to put out a stout variety pack with 4 different stouts, right? Well, yeah. Well, actually, with this one, it was just the 3, because the one white one they gave you twice. But I guess if it was going to be the same beer, you'd have to have an Imperial and some type of off version from the original. So I'm trying to think how many breweries could be able to pull that off. You could have Dogfish Head put out like a minute pack or something, which would be like their 60, 75, 90, and 120. But as far as some of these stout ones, I mean, outside of like Bourbon County does some stout packs, like a triple pack of stouts from different versions. But to be the same beer and to do it 3 ways, yeah, I haven't seen many breweries do that. Vanessa, I got one of those as well. It still works. Any thoughts on the whole, what's that saying? Any thoughts on the whole race and NASCAR stuff? I haven't heard anything about the NASCAR. You know, here in, I think it's May, Kentucky Speedway has one of the NASCAR races now, but I have not heard anything going on with NASCAR. I thought they weren't running anything right now. Nice, haven't had that one, but yeah, the OG is great. Yeah, and this is only one that I've seen, as I mentioned earlier, in the variety pack, the 3-pack with 4 beers, but I've never seen it by itself. So they mainly put it out in that kind of version. You know, Boston Beer does that with some of their stuff, with the Sam Adams. You can only get certain things if you buy the variety pack, which always sucks because they're always putting the same Sam Adams in there or something else you probably don't want. But it says, here's a Soapstone beer mug. I'll have to get that link so I can check that out there. I've got some other different beer mugs I haven't actually used. I got one of the Viking beer mugs that my wife had got me last Christmas. I haven't used that at all, but it's got like supposed to be like Viking off. It's an imitation old thing what they said like the Vikings would have drank out of, but it has like an ox horn type handle or something on it. The ox horn makes the mug itself or something. I have to look back into it, but it's pretty decent looking at least. It contains the blueberry maple. Yeah, the blueberry maple stout. That's the one that Saugatuck also does. But that said, it's from a company in Vermont. And I'll take a look to see what that looks like with the soapstone. And I've got a few of the Steins actually here as well. I think Gilbert alluded to the Steins too. So I have a few of the Steins already here. Oh, wow. Dragon Milk Stout in a keg. I bet you can get Dragon Milk Stout in a keg. I bet they would offer that. Hey, that's kind of a cool looking mug there. I don't know why they would use it for Rolling Rock in the pictures. The pictures of a Rolling Rock beer with it. But it is a pretty cool looking little mug there with the little brass handle around it. It's a $74.95. I guess that's just for the one mug, I guess. I was trying to see if it was a set of 4 or so. What if it's kind of a little bit heavy? And now it's a 16-ounce version. So that's a cool looking thing. That wouldn't be bad to have for the collection. Tuna said NASCAR is doing iRacing Live. I thought it was a typo, but they're all simulators driving the tracks on the computer. I think Bristol's like, oh, wow, that is interesting. Blake said, "Oh my God, seriously, Steven? I thought that was a joke, bro. Yeah, I still got those beers from 95, 96. I showed you before. Rod, LOL, want one?" I'm going to pass on the old beer challenge there, Tunis. uh, Thank you, Blake. Let's smash that like. Yeah, Blake, nothing like having a reset if you wreck out, LOL. That is interesting. I wonder how many people actually watch. It was weird. Last week, I flipped through channels, and the WWE had no crowd when they were on for doing Raw. That was just weird. No crowd, and they're still wrestling, still doing the little build-ups as they talk into the mic and kind of, try to get you hyped up or whatever. It's kind of weird where there was no crowd actually there. Where is Rolling Rock made? Rolling Rock is actually made in Pennsylvania. I don't know if Bum is still here or not because he's in PA. I want to say it's like in the Pittsburgh area. We drank a lot of that back in college, so that's why I'm thinking. With us being in Morgantown, we were 75 miles south of Pittsburgh, and I think a lot of the guys from Pittsburgh like that beer. Or in GTA terms, wasted. LOL. Yeah, Heavy Stone, like my shot glass. There you go. Yeah, I figured it's got to be a little bit of good weight to that one. One of those beers would look great on your shelf. It would look great on my shelf to have as kind of like a thing going back, like out of a time capsule or something. One of those old school type beers too. WrestleMania is this Sunday with no crowd. Oh, they are doing WrestleMania this Sunday. I didn't realize that. It's funny, I saw a thing on Facebook earlier, and it was WrestleMania from, I want to say like 30-something years ago. It was a clip of when Andre got slammed by Hulk Hogan. And I remember that when I was like younger. Like that was like one of the big WrestleManias that really started to take off for the WWE. But I was like, man, I feel old now seeing that clip. And Saturday, 2-night event. Wow. Yeah, WrestleMania used to be a one-night thing. Now it's 2 nights. That's interesting. Blake saw Raw the other night with no crowd. It was weird. Yeah, it was crazy. WM3? Or did you say NW3? Yeah, Rolling Rock Bumps used to be made in Latrobe, PA, but when Bud bought the recipe in 2000, moved to New Jersey last year. I didn't know they moved it to New Jersey. Interesting. But yeah, I knew it was in PA. And yeah, there was some parties back in the college days where that was there. That and Milwaukee's Best and other beers we shouldn't have drank. Well, back then, Red Dog was pretty popular. So we had that at a lot of parties and stuff. These were like parties where we didn't have like, grain and punch. A lot of parties had grain. I have a St. George and a Dragon Pub Stein from England from my grandfather or my grandparents visited family. Never drank out of that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never drank out of the Steins. I picked up a couple Steins. I think if you look over this shoulder, like under the Keep Calm and Drink Beer, there's 2 Steins I have there that I picked up at one of like the estate places. And then a couple other Steins I have up on the shelf too. But I've never drank out of the Stein. Usually, because I'm doing the beer videos, you can't see the beer if I use the Stein. But I would do it like if I was like at a festival or something, probably. They brought the Rolling Rock name and recipe from Latrobe, but not the brewery itself. The brewery is now owned by City Brewing. Oh, wow. So the brewery's still there under a new brewery, but they just took it to everything else. Am I playing COD tonight? Maybe. Yeah, I probably will. I'll probably jump on there in a bit after wrapping up here. Yeah, I can be talked into it. Consider yourself talking me into it. I can definitely go for a little bit tonight. He doesn't drink out of this time because he gets teased for sticking his pinky out. Well, with a Stein, you can hold the handle and get away with the pinky. It's when you use like a snifter or a glass like this sometimes, people can let their pinky slide sometimes, I think. Or like a chalice. Old school. Oh, Blake says he's playing GoldenEye in a few minutes. That is old school. Didn't he come out? Didn't they redo GoldenEye? Like on one of the systems? They brought out a new version, I thought. Maybe it was on like the whatever the most current Nintendo, the Wii or whatever it is. But I thought they made an update. Get up early to sneak through mass to enter Hanscom Air Force Base for police and mass question why I'm out from out of state. But be careful going down there. I thought you're not supposed to be out of the house, Vanessa. I thought you had to stay in. Yes, sir. New PC version sucks ass. Skip it. Well, they did make a different one. Gilbert says, damn right, Pinky is out. They make a ton of different things there, including some Sam Adams and Angry Orchard, Guinness Blonde, until recently Red Stripe. Ugh. Well, Shannon would love the Red Stripe because she's a Red Stripe fan. I'm not a fan of that. I've never been a fan of the Guinness Blonde, which I would think, why aren't they making that out of Baltimore now? Because that's, one of their American offerings. Sam Adams and Angry Orchard, which we have a lot of the distribution for them coming out of Cincinnati. Of course, Cook is from here in Cincinnati, so he put like part of his brewery there, and they got the tap house here as well. All those stuff though is closed, so haven't been able to go out and see any of the tap houses. Still haven't made it over to Brewdog because we have Brewdog here in Cincinnati as well. But once things clear up a little bit, definitely get out there and go around and see some of those guys again. Must go grocery shopping. Cheapest place is Hanscom Air Force Base. Yeah, well, be careful going down there. And Blake said be safe, Vanessa. Hunting down Mass tomorrow. Maybe Home Depot has one. Sometimes you can find them in some of the hardware stores, so like Home Depot or Lowe's. But I tell you what, where it might be an offbeat place is if you got, something like a Jim's Hardware, like a local-owned type hardware store. Maybe that gets some stuff in. I know Ace Hardware is another one that might have some stuff as well. So I think the big name stores where everybody tends to go. So if you can find like an offbeat hidden place, like some of my friends were saying for toilet paper, they were finding them in some of the hardware stores because everybody was going to Kroger or Meijer or one of the big stores, Walmart, where they were running out. But they would find places that were offbeat that people didn't know to go check. Yeah, maybe Production of Blonde probably moved to Baltimore. It could have. I mean, I don't even know why they still. What do you think of it, Bum? Are you a fan of the Guinness Blonde? I just feel like, to me, that was a disappointing beer from them. In Colorado, hamburger meat is going for almost $5 a pound. That's not too bad though, right? So I'm thinking here at Kroger, a pound of ground beef, you're probably around $4.49, I believe, and that's like for your 80-20, which isn't bad, I don't think. Disease counts are getting pretty high around me. We're starting to get an uptick in stuff here in Kentucky, which is weird. So our governor now has talked about kind of trying to enforce the border for Kentucky, but it's mainly because of Tennessee. I don't know what they're doing in Tennessee outside of not doing the right thing, I guess, but apparently they're letting people still gather and they're not really enforcing what they should be enforcing. And so we're trying to stop people from Tennessee coming over to Kentucky. But I saw South Carolina, either north or south. One of them borders one of the areas there with the county in the Tennessee, and they're going to block it there too. So people are starting to get pissed off at Tennessee for not following through in this stuff. Yeah, we just had our oldest person in the county, I read earlier where I'm at, died earlier today, this morning, and she was 88. So, yeah, we've had it affected here as well. We'll check Ace Deep and Home Depot on the way to get gas. Yeah, I mean, they could be good for being at least Ace a little bit, maybe off the beat. A lot of people just go Home Depot and Lowe's. Obviously, some people go to Ace, but Ace isn't like up there on that level with the other two stores. Stoney's and Iron City also brew their beer at City Brewing too. God, Iron City beer. There's a flashback to college as well, because we had guys from Pittsburgh that would bring that beer down. No, we do not have a Piggly Wiggly. And I used to think Piggly Wiggly didn't actually exist. I just saw the name on TV on different shows. Until one time we went to Gatlinburg, and I went to go get some food for the cabin. And the grocery store I pulled in happened to be a Piggly Wiggly. First time I actually saw one in my life. And that was probably about 8 or 10 years ago, I think. We were down at Gatlinburg. Which, that's another place when this stuff clears up. I'd like to get down there again for a few days. Get a cabin, get out to the mountains. I'm going to leave social distance and they go to a place to social distance. That's kind of weird. But anyway, Gatlinburg is always a fun time. Had it once, that was enough. Yeah, see, it was just with me too. It's just I was like, I felt like Guinness, you're better than this. Why are you putting this out? But their whole strategy with the blonde was trying to get more American people to drink Guinness because they were not getting a lot of people in because of the darker beers, and they felt they went with the blonde ale. That would be a way to get some people in. So, I mean, it's been selling over the years. It's just not something that's for me. Guinness Blonde tasted like flavored water. Sad. The night I tasted in 3 hours. Yeah, it's it's not that great in my opinion. And it's even worse, like I said, when it's Guinness because you expect a little bit more quality from them, I think. Directly between Boston and New York City. So you're kind of an area that's definitely being affected. I haven't heard too much out of Massachusetts. I know Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. My mom's up in New Jersey, and they're getting a hotbed of the activity up in the Northeast. They're actually showing some stuff tonight on the press conference. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but because of the way that California had responded to some of the stuff Washington had done, and actually they have the lower part of the curves that they're trying to flatten out because they actually went through some of the other steps, and some of the steps weren't taken previously or were not quick enough, they think, in New York and New Jersey. That may have caused that to spike a little bit more. So they are seeing something of it. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's all in progress right now, so nobody knows where this thing's going to end up. They're thinking by the end of April, maybe, that we'll get to maybe the apex in a lot of areas, but the numbers they're throwing around right now are 100 to 200,000 people, maybe, which, when you look at that number, it is a lot of people, but I was telling my wife, I was like, when you look at that as a number, it is a lot of people, and it would suck for people to be lost for that number, but when you look at it versus 30 million, 340 million, it's definitely a smaller number, but nobody, I don't want anybody to be affected by it. I'm just saying it's huge, but it's not as huge when you look at it in perspective of everything, and the fact that so many people have been recovering as well. Obviously, the great thing would be if we can get to the some type of vaccine as soon as possible, but it's gonna get scary because some places are saying they're almost out of ventilators as they are. I saw California got ventilators, but the ventilators didn't work, so they're repairing them over the next week or so. But they got that boat coming in out of Panama trying to get to Florida, which is like, I guess it was an American cruise there was Americans on that cruise, and they don't know if they're gonna let Florida. It's like, we don't want them to dock here, and they're kind of having this back and forth. Like, so right now out in the ocean is this cruise with like 200-300 people on there. 4 people had died already. There's already some people sick. They don't know what they're going to do with that boat yet, so they're trying to figure that out. We had a Navy ship where there's like 3,000 or 4,000 soldiers on there or something, they said, but like 100 plus have been affected already. They don't know what to do with that ship. It's just crazy, some of the stuff we're seeing. Let me see here. Coronavirus, the only thing that makes Mexico want border security. Oh, unbelievable. Yeah, they're helping to build a wall now because of the coronavirus. Police might be stopping vehicles like Rhode Island. It's definitely a possibility. They're talking about here in Kentucky, like how police may try to stop people. As I talked about the Tennessee border, some other states are trying to look at how they're going to enforce that. It's kind of a tough thing now. It's like, how are you going to do that? How are you going to track that? They say come back, if you come back, quarantine yourself for 14 days. But how can you make sure they actually quarantine themselves? Yeah, Piggy Wiggly does exist. Wait till you eat that fried bologna sandwich, bro. I haven't eaten the fried bologna sandwich. The other day I was saying I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but now, because all you guys making me laugh on Facebook, I feel like I need to eat the fried bologna sandwich and watch the Tiger King, whatever that's all about. Because I have not watched the Tiger King. I've heard it's so much of a train wreck. But if I'm going to watch that and eat something, I feel like a fried bologna sandwich would be what I would want to have while watching that show. Guinness Foreign Extra Stout is the only one I buy now. It is the top notch of the Guinnesses, in my opinion. I kind of regret not going to Baltimore last year to go to the brewery there because I know they got other good stuff there as well. So I do want to get to that brewery at some point. I do like the Antwerpen. Antwerpen's not a bad runner-up if you don't have the foreign extra stout. Also, the one I just had, the Moon Over Milk Stout or whatever, that one wasn't too bad. It was below maybe the Antwerpen, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't thin like some of their other beers. Yes, man, one of the biggest stores in our town is Piggly Wiggly. LOL, Colorado, go figure. Golden Isle PC is greater than Tiger King. Y'all been warned. Oh, let me see. Was that MA 6620 Connecticut? Oh, okay. 6620 Connecticut. No, Massachusetts 3128 Connecticut. New York 41,771 cases each today. Yeah. Yeah, New York is, I think it's like a lot are out of New York. I want to say it was almost like half the cases we have are out of New York, I believe, so far in the U.S. But we've had a big jump in Louisiana, down New Orleans. I thought there was somewhere else we had a kind of a jump too that they were looking at. But I know New Orleans was huge. Oh, Detroit, that's another hot spot. And Illinois has been a hot spot too. So, it's still kind of going. I wonder what happened. Like the Surgeon General, I haven't seen a Surgeon General since he was on a one conference and said it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's kind of like you say something against anything that Trump wants to agree with, like you disappear for a few days. Like, I hope he's okay. They just brought Fauci back, so But I do like him. He's on top of it. I think he's trying to play everything as straight as he can, give you the right information. He's not afraid to go out there and say, something contradicts what was said by anybody else. So he seems like he's doing a legit job there. So, it's just a lot of stuff happening with it. Hopefully, we get through to a point, but it's definitely going to look longer out. And now they're talking about there's a concern, and he brought it up today that it might be a second wave in the fall that he's concerned about as well. Which may have a slight, it may mutate a little bit. You might not have a strain even to fight this one yet, and then that one might change it up. So it'll be crazy. Yeah, Gilbert, I was wondering if he got fired. LOL. No, he didn't get fired though. I know that, but it's like whenever somebody says something that goes against Trump, it's like they disappear. You don't see them there anymore. So no, I just think today was kind of a different type thing up there. It's like it's more accepting up there that the information that was being provided and stuff kind of like, hey, I think Trump's finally realized we're not going to get through this as quickly. And it's kind of funny that Pence was like more the presidential one doing everything. Well, I shouldn't be surprised by that though, because he was a governor as well. But he definitely shed more light on some of the stuff there. At this point, just want to get it handled and get it done. But that all being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and jump on off of here, jump over, play a little Call of Duty. If you like gaming, you can always check out the Rod J Gaming site. I'll probably stream here in a little bit after getting set up over there. No, Todd, it's too early for April Fools, my friend. It's too early for April Fools. So Rod said Bashir announced at 8 p.m. tonight they are shutting down all alcoholic sales. I don't believe that because there will be a riot in Kentucky. Neighbors will be off the chain going crazy. He's saying for real, check out Roger and eBay's, and that's an Eclectic Beers gaming channel for sure. And let me check here. There's going to be a lot of pissed off people if that did happen. My phone to pull it up here. Crazy. I'll have to research that. In Canada, the health professionals deal with it, and our government hides it like the rest of us. Yeah. Maybe it isn't true then. Not sure. I can't believe it to be true. I'm not seeing anything else pop up on Google saying that. In fact, I just saw here they just passed a bill to allow alcohol shipment into Kentucky. as of yesterday that they can ship in state now. So that'll be kind of cool. I wonder if I get my beer club back I used to have. Yeah, but I'll have to look into that. There'll be some people upset tomorrow. You know what? People will be running over to Ohio if they can get alcohol over to Indiana. At least where I'm at, because I'm on the border of the two states. But would not be happy with that at all. But that's why I have the beer cellar. Not that I need to go out and get anything else, but I would like the ability to do so. But you can still go to Kroger. Like our Kroger sells alcohol and stuff too, so they won't shut down beer sales inside the grocery stores. So you still have that option. I wish I COD so I could be the champion. Yeah, you should come over. Well, you can on a computer you can get Warzone. Warzone is free on the computer. That's how Erie was playing. Good reason for liquor stores to remain open. If alcoholics get sick, that would be a nightmare. Yeah, it would be a nightmare if that was the case with the health concerns there along those lines. Plus, if they're closed, some of the people dealing with other family members in the house, they might need alcohol too. They're locked away for 2 weeks. Give me $500, Rajay. I'll have it quick. Check is in the mail, Blake. Check is in the mail. Hey, you better get your stimulus check, baby. There you go. Stimulus, PlayStation. Have it all worked out. Does that check bounce? Only if you cash it. Supposed to keep it as a memento and put it on the wall. You're not supposed to cash it. All right, everybody. I'm gonna jump off. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Remember to hit that like button if you like what you saw, and of course, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's your first time checking out the channel here. I try to do this as much as I can. Get up here, do a live beer chat. Tomorrow night will be a special beer flow show, though, because Thursday's our wedding anniversary. So I won't be doing a beer flow show Thursday night. I'll be doing it tomorrow night with Todd and Eric. And then make sure you guys check that out if you're going to have some fun there. We're going to go a little bit earlier, too. I think I have it for 8 o'clock tomorrow night rather than 9:15. There's Alan. Cheers. Collect the beer. We're about to go jump over and play some Call of Duty. Alan, if you want to jump on, we're going to jump on air here in a second. And outside of that, that's about it right now. So we got that. It seemed like last week you guys liked the Fan Fun Friday, so that'll be going off this Friday again at 8 o'clock as well. And they're going to try to do some other different things here with some of the streams too. So that being said, I'm going to get the hell up out of here. I will look forward to catching you guys next time. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.